Welcome to the Gautam classes. So, student, today's our topic is that hydration radius, hydration energy, and ionic conductance. So, look, first we should know about what is the hydration of ions and what is the hydrated radii and what is the hydration energy. So, these all things firstly we are going to discuss. Look here, the energy released when 1 gram mole of iron is dissolved in a water to get it hydrated is called hydration energy. That means on dissolution of 1 mole of ionic compound, whatever energy is liberating, that is called the hydration energy. So those are the hydration energy. Actually it is depend on the what is the size of the ion and what is its tendency to dissolve in the solvent. So hydration radius, it's a really very important thing. We have to understood this thing. Look, suppose that I am giving one is this much of a big atom, second one is this much of big atom, and third one I am telling this much of big atom. So where more number of water molecule will aggregate, so definitely those are the smaller one. In that more number of water molecule can aggregate, and here less number of water molecule can aggregate as compared to the first one, and here very less number of water molecule can aggregate. Actually what is the hydration radius? Hydration radius we are measuring from the atomic radius. That means excluding the atomic radius, whatever remaining part is coming, that is our hydration radius. So hydration radius we are going to measure from here to there, and also we are measuring here, and actually circle is not formed properly, this a thing. So look, where width of the water molecule is greater, width of the water molecule is highest in case of the first one. That means what we can say that those atom or ions having the smaller atomic size, for that hydration radius will be higher because of here water molecule having the strong attraction towards the nucleus of that atom. So easily more and more number of water molecule can aggregate. So this thing we got the idea. So hydration radius inversely proportional to the atomic size or ionic size. What we can write here? Hydration radius inversely proportional to the atomic size or ionic size. Atomic size or ionic size. So look, if I am giving the order here, lithium ion, sodium ion, potassium ion, rubidium ion, and cesium ion. So what about the ionic size order and what about the hydration radius? So hydration radius order will be here because of ionic size order is that one, this one. So that is the ionic size order, and this already I taught you how we are going to arrange the ionic radius. Now thing is coming, what about the hydration radius? So hydration rate, because of the ionic radius for the lithium is the lowest, so more and more number of water molecule can aggregate around this. So thickness of the water will be higher in that, so lithium will be the first here. So lithium ion, then sodium ion, potassium ion, rubidium ion, and cesium ion. That is the hydration radius order. So hope you all got the idea how we are going to write the hydration radius. Actually hydration radius is not a whole part of the atomic and whatever water molecule aggregating. Hydration radius is the depth of the water molecule, how much aggregated around the atomic radius. So extent of hydration or hydration energy. Look here, just now I gave the definition of hydration energy. On dissolution of 1 mole of ionic compound, uh, whatever amount of energy is liberating by that, that is called the hydration energy. So extent of hydration, that means what is the tendency of the ion, by that it is going to hydrate. So if size of the atom is lower, so more and more water molecule can aggregate around the atom. So definitely those are the extent of hydration, that is depend on the atomic size. Higher the atomic size, lower the extent of hydration. So extent of hydration directly proportional to hydration energy, and hydration energy inversely proportional to the atomic size. Suppose that I am giving the order here. Here thing is that beryllium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, calcium 2 plus, strontium 2 plus, barium 2 plus. In that he is asking what about the extent of hydration. So extent of hydration is depend on atomic size. Here what is the ionic size order? In that ionic size order we can say that atomic size or ionic size here, ionic size. So ionic size order in that barium having maximum, then after that this one and that one. So beryllium having more tendency to aggregate the water molecule around itself. So definitely extent of hydration for the beryllium will be the highest. So what is the order of the extent of hydration? Extent of hydration is equal to the beryllium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, calcium 2 plus, strontium 2 plus, and barium 2 plus. Look, that is the beryllium, this one is the barium. So barium having the lowest extent of hydration, and also if question is asking what about the hydration energy order, so hydration energy order will be the also same. That means those one is going to hydrate more, so more and more amount of energy can liberate. And those are the hydration energy or hydration of the molecule, that is the our exothermic reaction or endothermic reaction. So hydration is a exothermic reaction. But one more condition here thing is one question is given here. Look, solubility of the cesium fluoride, cesium chloride, cesium bromide, and cesium iodide is in the order. So beta till that I taught about the only cation, not for the compound. Here ionic compound is given that, look, in that cesium is common everywhere. So what thing is changing? Only those are the anionic form that is changing. So here what is given that fluoride ion, chloride ion, bromide ion and iodide ion. So definitely we have to think according to the their size of the anion. So which one is the largest in size? Iodide ion, then after that bromide ion, then after that chloride ion. That is the size of the anion. What is it? This is the size of anion. So if size of the iodide ion is the highest, so what about the hydration? Hydration for the iodide ion will be lowest. So what about the solubility? Solubility order, those are the solubility, it is directly proportional to extent of, what is it? Extent of hydration, directly related from the extent of hydration. So which one having highest extent of hydration? Definitely those are the fluoride compound, then chloride, bromide, iodide. So order we can write here cesium fluoride, cesium chloride, cesium bromide, at the end cesium iodide. So which one is the correct answer? Definitely B is our correct answer. Hope you got the idea what type of question is coming in our NEET exam and how we can give the answer. There is a more thing is coming here. Always you have to keep in your mind, and you can make a note also here. Lattice energy is also playing a role. For that lattice energy, I will make an individual lecture. Here just you understood there is a lattice energy one word. Those student is knowing, for them is no problem. So condition one here, if lattice energy is greater than the hydration energy, lattice energy is greater than the hydration energy, so ionic compound will be the insoluble. What is it? Insoluble. Second thing, if lattice energy less than the hydration energy, so what we can say that that will be the soluble, that will be the soluble. Lattice energy greater than the hydration energy, insoluble. Lattice energy less than the hydration energy, soluble. Like this thing. So these two things you have to keep in our mind sometime, because of these all question is coming in our exam. So if we are knowing that, easily we can give the answer. So like if suppose that and one more thing, those are the solubility. And one more order I will write here, please keep in our mind. Solubility indirectly proportional from what? Lattice energy. So higher the lattice energy, what we can say that lower the solubility. So those are the lattice energy. This is inversely proportional to the size of the cation and anion. What about the lattice energy? Here lattice energy also I am going to write charge on the cation and anion. So q plus q minus. Okay. After that r, what is the r? R is the distance between, this is the distance between cation and anion, distance between cation and anion. So if distance between cation and anion is higher, so what about the lattice energy? Lattice energy will be lower. If lattice energy is lower, so what about the solubility? Solubility will be the higher. So based on that, I am going to give the one question. Then after that, I will explain the ionic conductance. So if suppose that here question is given that, for example, thing is that lithium fluoride, sodium fluoride, potassium fluoride, rubidium fluoride, and cesium fluoride. So look in that, and he's asking arrange them in decreasing order of their solubility, decreasing order of their solubility. Because of here ionic compound is given that, just now I told the order, those are the lattice energy, solubility inversely proportional to what? Lattice energy. Solubility inversely proportional to lattice energy. So here we should know that what about the lattice energy order? Cesium fluoride, rubidium fluoride, potassium fluoride, sodium fluoride, and lithium fluoride. So in that, which one having the highest lattice energy? So look here, distance between cation and anion, when we are going to write for the lithium plus and fluoride ion, and here cesium plus and fluoride ion. So distance between cation and anion in case of fluoride ion is lowest, but in case of lithium and fluoride ion is lowest, but here it is a maximum. And those are the lattice energy. What is it? Inversely proportional to the distance between cation and anion. So here distance between cation and anion is highest, to lattice energy will be lowest. If lattice energy is lowest, so what about the solubility? Solubility will be the highest. So solubility order we can write here, and solubility is equal to what we can say here, cesium fluoride and rubidium fluoride, potassium fluoride, sodium fluoride, and sodium fluoride, then at the end it will come lithium fluoride. This all thing. So that will be the order. So hope you got the idea what type of question will come in our exam and how we can give the answer to them. So I am going to rub these all things. So After that, I will explain this point. So next thing is coming here, ionic conductance. You know what is the ionic conductance? So ionic conductance we are going to discuss in the two form. One is in aqueous medium. What is it? In aqueous medium, and in aqueous form, and the second one in molten form. Molten form. So look here, in aqueous form, those are the ionic conductance. It is inversely proportional to the size, inverse directly proportional to the size of the cation or anion. So in aqueous form, ionic conductance directly proportional to the size of the ions. Here either cation or anion, anyone will come. What about in form of molten? So here ionic conductance directly proportional to 1 upon size of the cation or anion. This thing. So in aqueous form, you know why this thing is happening, because of if a size of the ion is lower, so more and more number of atom, more and more water molecule can aggregate around that atom. So if hydration of the ions is greater, so its movement will be the less. If movement will be the less, definitely ionic conductance will be less here. So one more thing we can write here, ionic conductance inversely proportional to what? Hydration radius. Inversely proportional to hydration radius. And you know that those are the hydration radius that is directly proportional to size of the ions. So no, inversely proportional to size of ions. If size of ions is lower, so hydration radius will be higher. So one more thing I am going to write here, hydration radius directly proportional to 1 upon size of the ions. So this all thing we have to keep in our mind. Sometimes they are asking the ionic conductance, sometimes they are asking the equivalent conductance, anyone the molar conductance also they are asking. So for them, all are going to write according to this whatever thing I told just now. Suppose that question is given here, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, rubidium chloride, cesium chloride. So what about the equivalent conductance order or ionic conductance order? So question is that arrange them, arrange them in decreasing order of their ionic conductance or equivalent conductance also sometimes they are asking. So look in that, this everything is the common here. Chlorine, chlorine is common. Only what thing is going to change? Those are the cationic form it is changing. So and this here he is asking aqueous medium or in solid medium. So one more thing I am going to mention, arrange them in decreasing order of the ionic conductance in aqueous medium. In what medium? Aqueous medium. This thing is given. So which one having the highest cationic size? Cesium having the highest cationic size. So for that hydration radius will be lower. If hydration radius is lower, so definitely ionic conductance will be greater. So ionic conductance order cesium chloride, then rubidium chloride, then after that potassium chloride, then what? Sodium chloride. So that is the order here, all these things. So hope you got the idea what type of question will come and how we can give the answer. So look, question is given here. The correct order of equivalent conductance at infinite dilution of this. So infinite dilution word mentioned, that means what is the medium? Aqueous medium. So in aqueous medium, ionic conductance, what is that? Ionic conductance inversely proportional to the uh, directly proportional to the size of the ions in aqueous medium. Ionic conductance directly proportional to the size of ions. So everything is the common in that. Look, chloride ion, chloride ion, chloride ion. What thing is going to change? Lithium ion, sodium ion, potassium ion. So ionic conductance order, here equivalent conductance is given, that okay, so we can mention the equivalent conductance. Equivalent conductance. So which one? Potassium chloride is the highest. Then after that, sodium chloride. At the end, lithium chloride. So potassium, sodium, lithium. Which one is the correct answer? B is our correct answer. So hope that lecture will be the useful for you. And for the solubility, I will make an individual lecture. Little bit introduction I gave here about the solubility, but there is the broad topic. So many students having a confusion in that. So I will make an individual lecture for that. So for that, you subscribe my channel. You will get the uh, very fast update if any new lecture I am going to update. Thank you.